Throughout the Clone Wars, Commander Wolffe fought with the cybernetic implant in his right eye after losing his organic eye in the brave service of the Republic. So, how did Commander Wolffe lose his eye, and how did his general Plo Koon react to the tragic event? I'm going to break down exactly how Commander Wolffe lost his eye in the heat of battle, and why his sacrifice gave the Republic a major victory in the Clone Wars. So, before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below for more awesome Star Wars lore content. Only around 50% of you are subscribed at the moment, so make sure to smash the big red button down below if you enjoy the video. The story begins on the icy, cold separatist world of Khorm, where generals Kit Fisto and Plo Koon are scouting out a local storage facility where the separatists are keeping their supply of agrocite, a key resource needed for the Republic war effort. Kit Fisto notices that there are not many droid forces left guarding the base, and believes that he and his clone troopers could probably take the base without any additional reinforcements. Plo Koon, on the other hand, is very cautious about the quietness and senses that the enemy may still be lurking in the shadows nearby. Following this, Adaru, who is a native to the planet Khorm and a member of the local resistance on the icy world, informs Plo Koon that there have been many whispers of a brand new heavy weapon under construction deep within the core of the mine. In response to this, Captain Sharp, who has been brought in from the 44th Special Operations Division, firmly states that this is an even stronger reason to attack the mine sooner rather than later. The 44th Special Operations Division is led by Major Kendall Ozzel, who you might remember from The Empire Strikes Back, where he had a very friendly encounter with Darth Vader through a holoscreen. Major Ozzel was always willing to sacrifice his clone troopers to save his own life, and only saw them as expendable men who were easily replaceable and born to die. You will also see this harsh attitude reflected in Captain Sharp, who is very independent-minded for a clone. Throughout the comic, you will notice that Ozzel is referred to as Captain, but this was a mistake that was later corrected in the trade paperback version, which I unfortunately don't have. After a short while, Asajj Ventress arrives to greet the Separatist warlord Unger Gaut, who is very angry about how Separatist Command has treated his planet and his facilities. The Separatist warlord assures Ventress that his defenses can hold Plo Koon and his men back from their storage facility, but Ventress continues her attack on the leader, doubting that his pathetic forces can last even a single rotation longer. Ventress is hoping to prevent the Republic from getting their hands on the agrocite supply on the planet. Ventress then commands one of her B-1 battle droids to rig the mines with highly dangerous thermal charges, hoping to blow the entire mountainside to pieces, leaving only a massive pile of rubble. As the droid forces are moving the incredibly volatile blast charges into the deep mining cavern, Kit Fisto is able to spot their movement through his holo binoculars and alerts Plo Koon to this immediately. The Khorm rebel leader is absolutely disgusted by this action from Ventress, as many of his fellow people are working inside of the mines as slaves. Plo Koon immediately attempts to contact Major Ozzel to delay his advance until the hostages are freed, but Captain Sharp swiftly reports that his long-range transmissions are being jammed by the separatists. Following that, Commander Wolffe reports to Ozzel that the remnants of the droid army have retreated into the mountains, to which he excitedly responds, "We crushed them," before aggressively ordering his men to move forward into the horrifically dangerous agrocite mine. Commander Wolffe strongly protests this order from Ozzel, saying that his Jedi generals should scout out the mines for droid forces and explosives before entering, but Ozzel firmly disagrees, saying that there is nothing to scout, and demands that Wolffe have his men ready within 1 hour for the assault. Sinker and Boost are very uneasy about their harsh upcoming mission, realizing that the separatists gave up the position for a reason. Despite Ozzel's harsh disregard for the life of his men, Wolffe of course must follow the orders given to him and keep his men in line. Wolffe quickly demands that Sinker move the men into the Republic gunships, and that Boost load the walkers into the landing ships ready for takeoff. As this is happening, Plo Koon orders Captain Sharp to take the local rebel leader and his men to free the hostages that are being kept in the mine, while he and General Kit Fisto attempt to capture the cold Sith assassin, Ventress. Sharp then responds to Plo Koon, telling him that his talents are better used in destroying the enemy rather than escorting civilians. Plo Koon is concerned about this, but realizes that Sharp serves under Major Ozzel and understands that he will go to any length to win a battle, including sending his own men to their deaths. Just like his major, Sharp tells Plo Koon that he doesn't have the luxury of worrying about the lives of innocents, and that his only job is to complete the mission given to him. Let me know down below how you feel about this. Major Ozzel is the complete opposite to Plo Koon, who respects and values his clone troopers as non-expendable, whereas Ozzel gets the job done almost every time, but is not afraid to sacrifice his own men. So let me know which strategy you prefer, and if you think it's right for the Major to treat his men as expendable. In response to the increasing Republic pressure, the Separatists unveil their incredibly deadly blaster cannons, which could fire with enough power to brutally shred any Republic ship in the area to pieces. Major Ozzel is shocked by this monstrous Separatist weapon and orders more of his men into the direct line of fire of the weapon, despite being warned by Commander Wolffe that their ships will stand absolutely no chance against the mighty force of the energy weapon. weapon, Wolffe asks for further orders from Ozzel, but he is stunned in silence as many of his acclimator class ships are torn to shreds by the bright, intense purple beams of the weapon. Kit Fisto and Plo Koon are also shocked by the immense power of the new weapon, immediately splitting up to both destroy the weapons and to free the slaves before it's too late. While in retreat, Major Ozzel was knocked unconscious by enemy fire, forcing Wolffe to order every single Republic ship in the area to fully withdraw from the horrific conditions of the battle. Wolffe then receives a transmission from Kit Fisto, who tells him of the plan to destroy the enemy blaster cannons before any more destruction can be unleashed. While Sharp and Kit Fisto move towards the cannons, Plo Koon and the local rebel leader have made their way inside of the dark, gloomy cave, where a flash of red light greets them. It's Asajj Ventress wielding her two distinctive curved red lightsabers. Ventress leaps into the air attempting to strike Plo Koon, but they quickly lock blades as Captain Sharp and his men move out to continue rescuing hostages. While the intense battle between Plo Koon and Ventress rages on, a B-1 battle droid named Unit 17 reported to his superior that all blast charges had been connected to Commander Ventress's detonator, ready to blow the entire cliff face into the void below. Captain Sharp and his men are then confronted by a horde of battle droids, worried that they won't be able to get past them. They quickly remember, however, that their generals wouldn't give up on them, so they won't either. As they are figuring out a way to escape the menacing droids, Ventress kicks Plo Koon directly in the abdomen, injuring him enough to lose his balance. Fortunately, however, he is able to return the favor to Ventress, hastily blasting her out of the area with a strong force push. The local separatist leader celebrates his victory as he notices that Republic air forces have retreated, but this joy quickly changes to worry as Unit 17 alerts him that Republic ground forces are now arriving. As Major Ozzel is lying in a hazy state next to them, Wolffe commands the clone troopers on the ground, ordering them to hold their formation tightly. As he is doing this, Kit Fisto and Sharp sneak quietly up the face of the mountain, waiting for the cannon to fire so that they can sneak into its barrel. This is an incredibly dangerous move. The two then quickly make it inside of the scorching hot cannon barrel, which leads them directly to the fueling room of the weapon, nearby where Unga Gout, the separatist leader, is stationed. Unit 17 informs him that Kit Fisto has arrived, but by that point it is way too late. Fisto and Sharp roll the fuel capsules out of the facility, blasting the entire command station to pieces, destroying a large part of the rocky mountain, and killing the separatist leader in the fiery blast. Ventress and Plo Koon continue their intense battle, but as their lightsabers are locked together, Plo is able to force push the detonator remote off of Ventress's belt. Ventress then quickly ends the fight with Plo Koon, diving off of the bridge that they were standing on to recover the remote. She does successfully reach the remote, but as she is about to pick up the metal device, Commander Wolffe obliterates it with a single blast of blue energy from his blaster. Ventress is then surrounded by the Jedi and clones, and out of absolute rage and fury, she swings her red lightsaber at Commander Wolffe's head, horrifically injuring him and destroying his vision. Wolffe cries out in pain and Plo Koon is severely distressed by this, but he is ultimately relieved that Commander Wolffe will be okay. To end the story, Major Ozzel is promoted to the rank of captain by Palpatine for his efforts at the battle, and we get an awesome moment where Wolffe asks how old Plo Koon actually is. Plo Koon tells his commander that he is 382 in Keldor years, which he can't immediately convert into standard years, but Plo Koon tells him that he will have plenty of time to work that out while smiling under his mask. So that is how Commander Wolffe lost his eye to the red lightsaber blade of Asajj Ventress. Thanks so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers guys, hope to see you in the next one.